fellow Xenites.
Welcome to the Babbling Bards podcast.
A podcast made by Xenites.
For Xenites?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is Liliana. I'm Trista.
That's Trista.
Yeah, Trista's me. And today,
Beware.
Greeks.
Very good. Bum, bum, bum. The Trojan War.
The Trojan War. Xena was present during the Trojan War.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Not so much.
Go ahead.
So here's the thing. The Trojan War ended in 1184 BC, which means it started in 1194 BC. Because, all your BC years go backwards.
Right.
Here's the kicker.
That.
Here's the kicker.
Anyway. Yeah.
Potidaea,
where
Gabrielle is from,
right,
was founded in 609 BC.
Okay.
So way after the Trojan War ended.
Right.
And Amphipolis was founded in 437 BC. That means, Gabrielle's at least 200 years older than Xena.
She looks good for her age.
She looks good for her age. and both ladies are like over 700 years old to be present during the Trojan War.
They look damn good for their age.
Right? So I'd call this like a major whoops. Which now the crew members we know like to play hard and fast with the timelines because you sacked like Caesar and Antony and Cleopatra and the birth of Christ all in this and Abraham and Isaac and David and Goliath all in this 6 year now. But I know you said you never have read the Bible, but the oldest person in the Bible, his name was Methuselah.
Okay.
And he lived to be just over 800 years old. So maybe it's just a thing back then. I mean, maybe people really did live longer. Because, Noah was 215 years old when he built the ark. Moses was 523 years old when he parted the Red Sea. Yeah.
Sheesh.
But, I mean, maybe they did live long. I don't know. But to piss on that, man, that's not right. So, that's my first
okay,
with this episode. But we're going to talk about Beware Greeks bearing gifts and not just my problem with their history lessons that they give. Because I do like this episode. This episode I give maybe about 4 chakrams. Yeah. What about you?
Yeah, I'd say about 5.
5?
5.
What about you guys? 4, 5, 20, 10, 1, 2, 10, 4?
In the comments.
In the comments.
So, first there, January 15th, 1996.
And we open with the classic warped, fish-eyed vision that lets us know that somebody's having a dream.
Right.
And we find out that it is Helen's dream. Helen. Not Helena. Helen is the capital of Montana.
I know.
Okay.
Helen. So, yeah. So, apparently she's been having this dream.
Now, I have a problem with this. Helen's face is the face that launched 1,000 ships.
Warships.
Touche.
Okay, what's your problem?
My problem is that Xena and Gabrielle are both, in my opinion, prettier than the actress that plays Helen.
Okay.
And Helen was supposed to be the most beautiful woman in all of Greece.
Right.
So, I think they could have done better with casting. I'm not saying she was ugly.
No.
She was a pretty lady.
Right.
But, I mean, I wouldn't have launched 1,000 ships after her. You know what I'm saying to you?
Yeah.
Anyway.
True.
Now, Cyrena would have launched 1,000 ships after.
Cyrene? I kid.
Oh. I kid. So, anyway, Helen, we're realizing, is having this recurring dream.
Right.
And Troy's been at war for 10 years with Greece. Because, for those of you that don't remember the whole Trojan War story, Helen was married to King Menelaus. And then Paris came and stole Helen from Menelaus because Paris and Helen were in love.
Right.
So she's been with Paris now for 10 years. And Paris and Menelaus are fighting, all because they want Helen. But then both of them begin to lose sight of why they're fighting. And then it just becomes about the war. So
It's ridiculous.
After this dream, Helen sends one of her servants.
Malti. I don't remember how to say his name.
Oh, I don't know.
I don't know. Anyways,
Maltese?
Something like that.
I don't remember.
So, yeah.
Anyway, she sends him to find Xena.
Yeah.
And he's like, okay. Well, then we flash over to Xena and Gabrielle.
Uh-huh.
And we quickly realized that Xena and Gabrielle, ration-wise, are down to half an apple.
Half an apple.
Apples are very important in Xena.
Okay.
Have you noticed that?
Okay.
It's always an apple.
Is it?
Yeah, except for the tomatoes in the
Except for
Black
the
Wolf
tomatoes.
episode. And the turnips, and been there, done that.
Yeah. And doesn't Gabrielle suggest they stop by Troy
Mm-hmm.
to get supplies?
Yeah.
Or something? Xena's pretty much, staying away from that.
Yeah,
'Cause,
she's
war going on.
they've been in war for 10 years. I doubt they have any food to spare.
Yeah.
So we have our ladies, our warrior and bard.
Uh-huh. And then, what's
They
his
see
name?
a fight.
Yeah.
Gabrielle's like, what's that? And Xena's like, I don't know. Let's go find out.
Yep.
So she kills the soldier.
Uh-huh.
And she cuts another one up.
His face.
Mm-hmm.
There's a nice little
gash.
On his face. Lets him go.
Mm-hmm.
And then we have Maltese. Whatever his name is.
I don't remember.
Our Xena, pretty much have a for you from
Helen.
From Helen. I want you to go to Troy. Just make sure nobody knows why you're there.
Mm-hmm.
And then he dies. Yep. And then Gabrielle's all like,
You know Helen? After she's just gone on and on and on about how she wanted to meet Helen. And
right.
The face that launched 1,000 ships. And Xena points out it's 1,000 warships.
1,000 warships. So now they're headed to Troy. After Xena just said, no, we're not going there. Well, they're going there.
Because it's Xena.
Yes.
So they get there. And they're ambushed.
They pretty much have to make their way through the Greeks hiding.
They're ambushed.
Yeah.
They go running and they're fighting them off.
Funny before they start running, because Gabrielle was like, we have to get through there. So she's kind of like,
Xena's like, yeah, are your boots laced?
Oh yeah, boots laced. Okay, come on, let's go. He's like, oh shit, okay. Kind of distracted her real quick from being like, oh shit, we gotta run through there.
Mm-hmm.
Quickly now, let's go. So they fight their way through there, and then
we see a fella that starts saying, Gabrielle, open the gates!
Open the gates!
And so they open the gates, they close the gates, and we have Scott Garrison.
The new Perdiccas. He shrunk.
The original Perdiccas was played by Anton Bentley.
He was much taller.
He was much taller. And he came across as like dumb jock. Stupid.
Yeah, he did.
You know?
He did. And
I didn't like him. I hate Perdiccas in general, but I really hated the original Perdiccas.
Yeah. Gabrielle tended to boss that one around a lot. Like, I got that. And that. She told him what to do all the time.
And even in this episode, did you catch it?
Huh.
Where when they're having a conversation and she's telling him to go home, he's not a soldier. He's like,
can't tell me
we're
what
not
to do.
betrothed. You can't boss me around anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah. And, they also have that, because, it's a different Perdiccas. So, what's the line that they said?
There's an inside joke.
Where,
because the actors changed.
Gabrielle said, he's changed even.
No, she says he's different. Even he doesn't even walk the same. And then Xena comes back with people change.
People change, Gabrielle. So it's pretty much an inside joke to where, it's a new Perdiccas.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But honestly, the original Perdiccas fell so flat as an actor. He's probably one of the most forgettable people in the entire series. The original one, yeah. Not so much Scott Garrison, because the whole Callisto arc.
Right.
But, yeah.
Because, the original one, I don't even remember what he looks like. I mean, I know he was taller and skinnier, thinner.
Tall, lanky, lighter hair.
Yeah.
Blue eye. Even his eye color changed. I was a cop.
I know. But, yeah. Anyways. Okay. Yes. So, we have the new Perdiccas.
No Perdiccas.
Yup.
Now, the subtext in this episode.
Uh-huh.
There's no subtext. The only thing that most viewers take comfort in regards to subtext is the way that the entire interaction between Xena and Perdiccas after Gabrielle has told Xena, we were to be married.
Uh-huh.
Xena then is automatically prickly to Perdiccas. I mean, she's cordial to him,
Uh-huh.
but she doesn't go out of her way to be friendly. She regards him kind of as like, she almost regards him as a father would regard somebody that's taking their daughter out
Uh-huh.
for the first time, kind of just, what are you doing?
Yeah.
And a lot of people, are thinking that that's her way of saying, hey, I licked it, it's mine. You know what I mean?
Okay.
I could have used 1,000 other analogies instead of that one.
Moving along.
Yeah, moving along. Keep going. Let's keep going.
Okay. So then we have Menelaus?
Menelaus. Yes, the king.
The king Menelaus.
Yes.
Okay. And so one of his soldiers is pretty much, the warrior princess has fought through our lines and into Troy.
Mm-hmm.
And then he makes the comment, well, I trust you can take care of this little unforeseen problem. We don't need a wolf among our sheep now, do we?
And I automatically went, I'm the Black Wolf!
The Black Wolf! Previous episode.
I still hate that episode.
Yeah, me too.
Anyway.
And then we have,
a discussion between Perdiccas and Gabrielle.
Okay.
And, because Xena's like, I thought you were a farmer.
Right.
Which, when Gabrielle and Perdiccas are talking with each other, Gabrielle's like, why did you leave Potidia? You're not a soldier.
Right.
And he's like, I heard stories about Helen and Paris. Mm-hmm. I wanted to be in a city where they fought for love. And she's like, I'm the one that told you those stories. Go home. And that's when he did the whole,
Can't tell me what to do
Tell me what to do anymore.
Yeah. So, yeah.
And then we have the line that just gives me the heaves.
Well, that's not yet. Because first Xena has to go see Helen. Mm-hmm. And Perdiccas is pretty much, you can't do that. Nobody can, well, you could just tell them that, you tried stopping me. Come on. He's not going to be able to stop her.
Because she's like a foot taller than him. She can step on him.
Uh-huh. Yep.
She said, I will crush you like a bull.
And then we got, I hate this. We got Deiphobus. Deiphobus. How do you
Deiphobus.
Deiphobus. Yeah, that one.
Who is also in King Kong.
Yeah. I don't like him in that either. I don't.
Patrick Fabian was in King Kong with him, and I love Patrick. I love Patrick Fabian. I had a huge crush on him when he was on Saved by the Bell, the college years, as Professor Jeremiah Lasky. And
he's a good guy.
He's like good nice looking fella. Are you talking about Diep? Are you talking about Patrick Fabian?
You're talking about.
Yeah. Okay. I'm still on about the King Kong episode.
Okay.
But I understand that because I didn't care for him and as Rafe. I didn't care for him as Rafe.
Yeah.
But you don't like the dude that plays Deiphobus. And I
don't like the character. I mean, the guy that plays Deiphobus,
the actor she's talking,
the actor,
not the character roles.
He's a really decent guy. I mean, he helps out kids and all sorts of stuff. But the character, I don't like. No.
She doesn't get along with him.
I do not. But anyway, so he's all getting bent out of shape with Perdiccas because Xena went to go see Helen, and then Perdiccas is all like, "Well, I tried to stop her, but he didn't really."
No,
Deiphobus doesn't. Pretty much. Well, if anything happens to Helen, I'm holding you accountable. Helen and Paris. But anyway, so and then
what is that? So we have Xena and Helen conversing.
Xena be like, "You sent for me?" Yes.
And then after they have the discussion about, something's wrong, somewhere.
Yeah.
There's dissension in the ranks.
Right.
And then in strolls Deiphobus.
Huh?
And Deiphobus is like, she can't stay here. A Greek fighting for Troy.
Uh-huh.
And Xena says, I never lifted a sword for Greece.
Right.
And Helen's like, you know what? We'll just let Paris decide. So they take Xena to Paris. And while they're talking, and Paris is like, he's still kind of questioning Xena. In walks the dude with the gash on his face.
Right. Then, out comes Xena sword. Was it Helen that said, like,
what are you doing?
Yeah.
And she says that he attacked a loyal Trojan.
Yeah.
Every time I say Trojan, I think of the condoms. Oh.
Yep.
Oh. So then it's what? It's that the dude rushes Xena.
Yeah.
Gash dude rushes Xena. The gash dude. He rushes Xena, and Deiphobus stabs him, kills him.
Uh-huh.
Which is automatically...
Because he didn't want him to blow his cover.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So it's automatically fishy that he does that. And Xena has caught on to that. You can see it in her reaction, because she looks at Deiphobus really pointedly, and she's like, well, it would have been nice to have questioned him, you know. And Deiphobus tells Paris, he's like, well, he was coming after you and Helen, and I didn't have a choice. And then Paris is totally snowed, because Deiphobus is his brother.
Uh-huh.
And who wants to think badly of their brother? Especially if it's a dude. Girls, they don't have that much of an issue thinking badly about their brother. But guys are like, yeah, bros before hoes type people.
Yeah. Okay.
So, anyway, what's after that?
I don't think. I can't remember what's next.
So Paris has told Xena that she's proven herself as a friend of Troy.
Yeah.
And welcomes her as the guest. Then we cut to Gabrielle
and Perkins.
Oh. This is the scene.
It's your favorite scene.
No, it is hard pass. Hard pass.
Okay.
This is for my friend. That is the stupidest quote in the entire series.
And that wasn't even in the script.
I know.
So
I don't know what made Scott Garrison think that would be, hey, I should add, this is for my friend, in. And maybe it's just because I don't like Perdiccas. I don't know. But that line, essentially what's happening is
the Greeks were attacking.
Yeah.
They shot an arrow and...
a flaming arrow.
Apparently it hit his friend.
Apparently.
So he pulls the arrow out and...
Because he announced it to all of Troy. That it was his friend. Maybe they were friends like Xena and Gabrielle were friends. I don't know.
So, yeah. So he's all like, give me a bow. He gets the arrow, give me a bow. Lights it up and whoosh. It's for his friend.
Oh, well, his friend bites the big one. Yep. So, I guess if it was for his friend, it didn't do much for the friend now, did it? Made him feel a little better. They all gave him little pats on the behind and pats on the helmet.
Yeah.
Gabrielle gets this little, like, hey, he is a soldier. Holy crap, look at that. He really has changed.
Yes, he has. Yeah.
And did any of you guys notice how Perdiccas just, like, came out of nowhere? Like, legit, out of nowhere.
Showed up in Troy.
Mm-hmm.
But later on is when he literally really shows up out of nowhere.
It's like, wow, where the heck did that come from?
Yeah.
But that's Return of Callisto, huh?
Yeah. I believe so.
We'll get there when we get there.
Yeah.
I don't know what mental breakdown was happening with the writers for that one, but
yeah.
Woo!
I don't know. But so anyways, then Xena comes along.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Xena comes up
pretty much goes and tells, Gabrielle that what's her name?
But first you have an exchange between Gabrielle and Perdiccas.
Uh-huh.
And Perdiccas is kind of coming up to Xena, and he's grateful for her. He's all, thank you for taking care of Gabrielle.
Yeah.
And Xena, you can tell, doesn't like Perdiccas right off the bat. And she's like, well, she's like family.
Yeah. And then she just wants to know about Diphobus.
Diphobus.
Whatever his name is. But, I mean, Perdiccas is pretty much, yeah, I mean, he's may not be the nicest guy in the place, but he's a good soldier. Warrior. No one has killed more enemies than he has. But
And Xena's like, well, what about friends? You ever kill any of those?
Really? Right? Jeez.
And then Perdiccas is like confused. He has a dumb blonde moment.
Yeah.
And he's like,
okay.
huh? And then Gabrielle comes and interrupts the conversation.
Yeah. So, but yeah, and then that's where she tells Gabrielle that Helen wants her to take her back to Menelaus.
Mm-hmm. To end the war.
To end the war, but
because Helen is still thinking that it's all about her, and Xena's already caught on to the fact that it's not about Helen anymore. It's all about war.
The war.
It's all about my dick's bigger than yours. Essentially, is what it comes down to. Because I mean, let's face it. That's all it is.
Yeah, and you know,
Ponces.
And then of course she says that no, she's not gonna do that. She's not gonna take her.
Mm-hmm.
But she knows something's going on
mm-hmm.
in Troy that everybody else is totally oblivious to. But she knows because she's Xena. She has many skills.
Mm-hmm.
So and then
we're struggling to remember this one. Jeez.
Doesn't right here is where she catches sight of Helen. And her,
and
like,
the hood.
The hood.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And she's like, what are you doing?
Goes and catches her before she gets away. So, I mean, and yeah, Xena's pretty much, what are you doing? I'm going to Menelaus to end this. But, that's not going to happen.
With or without her help is
Right.
what it boils down to. Whether she has Xena's help or not.
Yeah. But Xena convinced her not to. So.
Mm-hmm. And then they see Diphobus.
Yeah, and Helen's all like, well, where's he going? Is he kind of...
Xena's all, I'm going to find out.
Gonna find out. Yeah.
So they see him disappear through this fake wall. Like a secret door. Yeah?
Yeah. Opens up and...
he goes out and he's all like, under the cloak of darkness going out.
He sneaks out and then
there should have been a whoosh there. There should have. And so Xena follows him.
He sneaks out to go meet up with Menelaus. And pretty much telling him, yeah, they don't suspect anything. Except for, Xena. She knows something's up.
Mm-hmm.
And then, so she, watches this exchange between the two of them.
She goes back and tells Paris and Helen.
Yeah. That he's pretty much a traitor. And then
he's like, I saw him meeting with Menelaus.
Right.
And Diphobus is like, yeah, under a treaty of peace. And Xena's like, that was no treaty of peace.
Right. But
what are you doing?
But Helen and what's his name? Paris. I mean, they're all like happy, like, yay, Diphobus is pretty much like, we won. We won. But Xena's not buying any of it.
Your cat wants attention. She's got my hair. I can't go anywhere. The cat has my hair trapped behind the bed.
Go. Cat. But anyway,
back to you guys.
Cat wants her own show.
Possibly. Call it Willow Talk. I'm done.
So then, Xena's just like, that's not what's going on. Paris doesn't want to hear it. He's just excited that the war is over.
And Xena gives, of course, the title. She tells Paris, beware Greeks bearing gifts, Paris.
Right.
And Diphobus is all like, I'll get over it. Your people have given up.
Yeah, too little, too late. People have surrendered. And Diphobus is just like, don't listen to her. You can't trust her. Paris is all like, yeah, you're right. Lock her up. And then you see that Xena was about to, go all into battle mode, but then dipshit.
Diphobus?
Yeah.
Holds a knife to
Helen.
Or a dagger to Helen.
Pulls out a dagger, and so she backs down. Because, she doesn't want her. Oh, she really left. She doesn't want her to get hurt. And then outside, they have this big, giant Trojan horse.
Yeah, you know what about the horse?
That they're pulling in.
I'm just going to put this out there.
Okay.
The horse is made of bamboo.
Right.
Bamboo is not native to Europe or Turkey, which is where Troy was supposedly located.
Yeah.
So they must have like freighted it in from the Orient or something.
Maybe.
I don't know. But that's a little historical nitpick because they're like, how are they going to get that gigantic thing that far if it's not made out of stuff that they even have nearby?
Yeah.
Like if it was cedar or something, it would be like crazy heavy to pull.
Yeah, I was going to say.
But and two, then how did they know that bamboo was light? So I'm just saying.
Yeah. So yeah, so they pull it all in. Soldiers are all celebrating and getting drunk and everything and happy. And Xena's sitting in her cell, and in comes Dipshit. Oh, I mean Dip.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty much. Hey, you're missing out on the celebration and everything. Or no, Xena says you're missing out on the break.
All right. And she tells him, she knows that
it's a trick.
It's a trick.
Yeah,
the horse is a trick.
He's playing dumb. I don't know what you're talking about. And then, you got these other prisoners on the other side, and he's pretty much, hey, this is the one that, Greek who betrayed you or something like that. And
after didn't he ignore her when she asked him what he got out of it, though?
Yeah.
Because we're still at a loss at this point of, okay, well, what's Menelaus giving?
Yeah, what's he after?
What's Menelaus giving Deiphobus? Yeah. And we don't have that answer until towards the end.
Right.
But,
yeah. So then he opens up, like, a little door thingy, and, these other prisoners are all
big burly fellas, and she does the little seesaw thing with them. And finally gets them to jump on one end of the board, and it shoots her up.
And out she goes.
Like, thanks, fellas.
Hey, thanks. Looking down on them.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Oh, but Helen is not like, she's all too pleased with anything. Paris is. He's like happy. Hey, the war's over. It's done. We won.
And Paris gets irritated with Helen.
Yeah. Yep.
But
and then I believe we go back to Gabrielle and Perdiccas.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I mean, and I think at this point Gabrielle doesn't know that Xena was locked up because she wasn't. Was she? No, she wasn't in there when they had her locked up. So she has like no clue.
Gabrielle hasn't really had any screen time with Xena on this episode.
Yeah.
Like there's been minimal.
Yeah. So she doesn't even know that Paris had her locked up because she was. I believe she made the comment. Well, I wonder where Xena is. And then Perdiccas is all like, oh, she's probably up at the palace.
Partying with Paris and Helen.
Celebrating with everybody else, yeah. And Gabrielle, well, she's not much for parties. She's not.
Unless she gets to do her fire breathing.
Oh, yeah. And then they start reminiscing about back in the days.
Yeah.
But...
then we cut to...
Oh, then this is where...
There's an oopsie.
Okay, go ahead.
This is where... No, you finished first.
But isn't this like where they jump out of the horse and then they go to open up the gates and let everybody else in? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
While everybody's passed out drunk. It's all quiet and, yeah. They all pop out of the horse.
And then you pan to Menelaus talking to another guard.
Uh-huh.
And this is where the oopsie is.
Okay.
So if you look below the wall,
right
after Menelaus enters the city,
yeah,
sitting below Deiphobus, I think it's to his right side. It will be your left side if you're viewing it, but it's Deiphobus's right side. Sitting right underneath, in the space between his arm and his side, there's a crew member sitting.
Yeah.
And he's in like a blue shirt.
Yeah, he's actually in between Deiphobus and
the guard.
Like right in between. You can see him crouched down below.
But he's just like chilling out.
Yeah. So you can tell he's not one of the soldiers because he's like in modern day clothes.
He's in jeans and a t-shirt. Maybe he's a time traveler.
I think he's got a cap.
No, he's blonde.
No?
He's blonde-headed.
But yeah. So crew member in that shot.
Keep a lookout.
Yeah. And then, so then all the Greeks come charging in. Menelaus, find Helen, burn Troy to the ground. So yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deiphobus goes after Paris, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He goes after Paris to kill Paris.
Yeah.
Ugh. But Xena's trying to get everybody rounded up to go to the temple.
Yeah. Get everybody safe.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
And then Perdiccas has told Paris that the surrender was a trick.
Yeah.
Did you say that already?
No.
Okay.
Perdiccas told Paris.
Yeah.
You know, it was all a trick.
Yeah, because he's like, Perdiccas, how'd this happen? What the hell's going on?
Yeah.
And Paris is like, the horse was a trick.
Then he realizes, shit, should have listened to Xena.
And then he starts trying to apologize to Xena when they're in the
she's
temple.
Just
she's
like, not having it. Whatever. She just walks away.
She's like, done.
She just walks away. Nope. Mm-mm.
And then she ends up telling him finally when he says, I'm truly sorry.
Yeah.
She's like, it's not me you want an apology to.
Right.
So then he apologizes to Helen. And then Deiphobus comes in. Then Paris gets stabbed.
Yeah. Well, when Deiphobus comes in, that's like the her dream in the beginning. Isn't that the image that she saw?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Of
him coming through the door.
Yeah.
She didn't know it was him until, he pulled off his mask.
And that hair.
Mask
falls.
Or whatever. Yeah.
Lustrous ringlets of gold. Liliana really likes Deiphobus.
No, I do not. I don't like Deiphobus. So he kills his brother, and this is where we find out that Deiphobus is the one who wanted, or I guess he did this to get Helen for himself.
Get Helen. Yeah.
But yeah.
And then there's that really awkward looking smoochie.
Yeah.
That was gross.
It was.
Like, I gagged a little in my mouth. It was bad. It was bad.
So then he hauls her off, and then Xena's like coming up with this concoction thing so that they can escape.
Mm-hmm. With a giant smoke screen.
Gabrielle goes to find Paris and Helen. Comes back. Well, Paris is dead. Helen's gone.
Uh-huh.
So yeah. And then just before the Greeks bust through the doors.
Well, wait a minute. Perdiccas thinks that Menelaus has taken Helen.
Uh-huh.
And Xena's like, no, he would have called his army off by now.
Yeah.
And then Gabrielle's like confused. She's like, well then, where'd she go?
Right.
And Xena's like, Deiphobus.
Like, I know. But why? So then she sets off her smoke bomb, pretty much. And she goes after Deiphobus. Yes.
After Xena has told him they'll leave the same way that
Deiphobus left. Yeah. Right? Or whatever. Yeah.
So...
And Menelaus just wants to know where Helen is.
And then he wants the horse out of the city.
Right?
And then you see a soldier pulling the load, and he's like, geez, you'd think it would be a lot lighter with nobody in it.
Yeah.
And then out pops Xena.
Out pops Xena and Perdiccas and everybody else. So, yeah. And then, this is where Xena goes to go find Helen.
Mm-hmm.
Go after dipshit.
Mm-hmm.
Deiphobus. And then, when Xena and Deiphobus, fight.
There's another oopsie.
Isn't that, yeah. Go ahead.
Deiphobus slams Xena up against this big rock. Big boulder.
It moves.
And every time he hits her, the rock bounces. So you can tell that it's foam. There's another oopsie. There's a couple of oopsies in this episode. Jeez.
So yeah, I mean, you can see the wall move. Or rock. So, yeah, foam.
Mm-hmm. And Xena knocks him out. And Helen's like, what are we going to do now?
He puts Helen's little crown on him. We'll leave this here. But yeah, and then...
Because she wanted Deiphobus to be the first thing that Menelaus saw.
Right.
When he left Troy.
Right. So, he pretty much wants to see that, or Xena wants him to know that, hey, not only did he betray Paris, he also betrayed you. Right?
Mm-hmm.
That's how I took it.
Yeah.
Because, yeah. Anyway.
Then we cut to Perdiccas.
Perdiccas. Oh.
Perd the turd.
Talking to Gabrielle.
Gabrielle.
Yes, pretty much.
He's like, look, things were going to Hades in a handbasket.
Uh-huh.
I'm sure you said crap you didn't mean to say. So we can go our separate ways. And Gabrielle's like, well, that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
He's like, good.
Alrighty.
She's all, yeah.
We'll see each other again. You know, take it easy. We're good.
Yeah.
Okay, you too. But
So then, even though that the Return of Callisto thing, even though it looks like he came out of nowhere, I half wonder if this episode's foreshadowing that, because he says, we'll see each other again someday.
Maybe
it was foreshadowing, but it feels like a
I don't know.
a forced.
But it came out of nowhere, so I don't know.
I'm just glad we got a death. Spoiler alert! Spoiler alert!
Hey.
And then we go to Helen and Xena. And Xena's pretty much asked Helen, well, what are you going to do?
And I don't know. First time ever, it's, been my decision.
Yeah.
Because everybody else has always been making the decisions for her.
Mm-hmm. So she tells Perdiccas that she's going to travel with him for a little while.
Yeah.
Because, she'll be protected.
Yeah, because he mentioned he was going to some other city, and like, well, if you don't mind the company, I'll tag along.
Yeah.
And he's all like, okay, I'll send for the guards to, announce your arrival. No. She didn't want none of that. Wanted to be normal.
Like, I just want to be an ordinary person.
Right.
He's like, okay.
And then they part their ways. Bye-bye, Perdiccas.
And Xena tells Gabrielle, she's like, well, I thought he'd be coming with us.
Yeah.
For a while.
But he made other plans.
Gabrielle tells her, I think he made other plans.
Yeah. And then, as they're leaving, was it Gabrielle that said?
We have the first exchange, like, true Xena-Gabrielle exchange that we've had the entire episode, besides the very beginning when Gabrielle's like, let's stop at Troy. Because, we only have half an apple.
Right.
And
she's all like, do you want to go back for the horse? It's bound to be a collector's item.
And Xena looks at the horse and she's like, only if you're going to pull it.
Be like, nah. Can't pull that.
She could. Did you see Gab's abs? She could have pulled that horse.
Maybe.
Yeah, she could have.
So, that is Beware Greeks bearing gifts out.
Yeah, it is.
Done.
Is it really?
Yes, it is.
You guys, if you are in the area, Renee O'Connor is going to be at
San Francisco Comic-Con.
Yeah.
September 1st through the 3rd, I believe.
Yeah.
We should go.
Okay.
Because San Francisco's only about 4 hours from here.
Oh, yeah, huh?
Yeah. It's not that far. It's like from my mom's, it's probably about an hour or so. Yeah, it's about 4 hours from here. Okay. Totally go.
Well, but she's only an appearance on Sunday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't check the dates which she was in up here. I just saw the dates on the 1st through the 3rd.
Yeah, she's only an appearance on Sunday.
Okay.
You know what's up next? You know what episode we're doing next?
What do we do next?
Athens City, Academy of Performing Bards.
That's right.
So,
That's right.
Now we got 2 episodes that we have very little Xena Gabrielle interaction.
Okay, first.
Yes?
Disclaimer.
Yes.
No oversized Polynesian-style bamboo horses were harmed during the production of this motion picture. However,
many wicker lawn chairs gave their life.
With a disclaimer. The last one didn't have a disclaimer. We're back to the disclaimers. Okay, you were saying? Go ahead.
You sure the last one didn't have a disclaimer?
The Black Wolf? Black Wolf didn't have a disclaimer.
Are you sure?
I think. Well, now I don't know, because you're giving me that look. You're making me, second guess myself here.
I'm sorry. For some reason, I thought there was a disclaimer on it.
I don't.
Hang on, I can dig my notes out.
I don't remember.
Well, let me dig my notes out. Hang on. You guys don't go anywhere. Stay there.
Alright. Stay put.
You're supposed to be talking, Lily, and I said I would look.
I'm thinking. I don't know.
No, there's no disclaimer. You're right.
Yeah. I thought so.
I thought there was one, because remember you looked at me and you were like, oh, we forgot to do the disclaimer for the last one when we pressed it.
Was it for that, or was it something else?
No, it was the Black Wolf.
I don't remember. But yeah, I didn't think there was a disclaimer. Okay. Yeah, but this one did have one. So.
Yay!
And I think from here on, they're pretty consistent on the disclaimers.
Yeah, from here on, they are consistent, I believe.
Yeah. But yeah.
Is there one for Athens?
I don't know. We'll find out.
I don't think there's one for Athens City, but there might be.
Yeah. But,
And then we have,
So
a Gabrielle-centric episode.
yes.
Which is nice, because there's not that many of those that,
No.
spotlight. But they needed it because Lucy Lawless was doing a play.
Yeah.
So she had to go and be somewhere that was not the set of...
Right.
Anyway, we'll cover that
In the next episode.
in the next one. Right. Or, we got the guy that's like, and he goes in there, and he...
I liked it.
And he's punching, and he's punching.
He was funny.
He is. That's one of my favorite episodes, actually.
I like it too.
But anyway, we babbled at you guys enough. This week we should have a couple more episodes uploaded.
Yep.
To get back up to snuff.
Yeah.
Because we really appreciate your guys' support.
Yes, we do.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah. Alrighty. Until our next episode.
Happy chakrams.
Bye-bye.
Goodbye.